Alright guys, back in another video. This time we're going to be going over Vegeta draft box for once again. And I told you guys I'd give you a second video if the first video did pretty well. And it did decent, but I would like to see more interaction with you guys in the comments and a few more of you asking questions on what you should do. And this last time we went on mono red. If you didn't see that video, if you didn't, please check it out in my other videos. But so this is where I have to sit here and think, what do I want to do with the deck? Now, honestly, I don't know where to go yet. The leader is red, blue, green, and yellow. All colors but black, which is very crucial to when you're building this deck because you can play cards that restrict your leader being a certain color. Now, a lot of times I do keep going back to thinking, red is probably your best go because you have access to triple flash, or you have access to familiar bonds, which are very powerful cards, right? Now, my last video I didn't optimize that build. I just went ahead of what off the top of my head going through the deck, and that's what I do when I'm building a deck usually. But I usually will sit there and take time to optimize it and talk to my teammates and figure out what I really think is the best in that deck. I think I should have probably included some 4-star balls with the familiar bonds build and an unyielding spirit trunks after seeing the comments from last video. But we're going to go ahead into just the main deck this time. Last time I went over a little side deck cards you could decide if you're playing the monorail build, but this is mainly for fun leaders, so I'm not going to go too in detail when I'm building it about the side. See, I already picked the leader. If you're not familiar with this website and how it works, it's easy to figure it out. Everything sorts by cost, what type of card it is, and the colors. Red, blue, green, black, yellow. So last time we went red. I'm thinking this time I will. There's not many things that require your leader to be green. So most of the time it says Android or something specific like that, and you can't use those cards. A lot of stuff does require your leader to be yellow, and this leader is, but it usually says freeze the army too. So, and not many things say require your leader to be blue, other than the sparking negate and unyielding, and flute, and those cards are limited and or banned. As you see, flute here, cards banned. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna go through the cards and scroll through for a little bit and think, well, I can really go with this because you have access to almost every good card, other than the very specific ones. We could go with a mono blue build. We could go with a dual colored energy build. And we can play different sparking negates. I'm thinking what would be the best here. The thing that really bothers me about this leader is that he doesn't draw cards on the front side. So you do not get the benefit of being able to play super aggressively and draw cards while you're at it. But you do get the critical, so it does take away card advantage from your opponent. So it's good to stick in the critical range if you can, which is not always possible. Cool thing about this leader, if you do play the counter play cards, you can play the good ones. But if you're playing mono blue, you don't get the good ones. So, and the good one is red. So that's why when I keep building this leader, I keep wanting to go back to the red build because it just seems the most efficient. Because red is about originally it had stuff to do with your cards in your hand being low, like burst attack and the Gohans. So I'm thinking, scrolling through. Cool thing is, the Magnificent Collection is on here. Not sure if I'm going to use any of those cards for this build specifically. See, this one says if you overrun, so you can't really overrun that quickly in this deck. So you kind of want to steer away from most of the black cards. Thinking. So, okay, cool. I guess we can go this route. This is just after thinking for a little bit. So we can go with a skillless route. What I mean by that is you can go with 4-star balls, and sort of like a Toa doesn't gain advantage on the front side, right? But we're going to just be using the 4-star ball as manipulation of card advantage. So I played 4, and we don't really need to open it, so probably need to trim it down to 3. But we're going to stick 4 for a second. And since we don't really gain any card advantage or anything like that, we're gonna be playing a lot of the cantrips and things like that, and we're gonna play a little engine of cards that are just good in general. Now we're gonna need to keep the aggression off of us. We're not gonna go mono black, but we are gonna play a bunch of good black cards, and I'm probably gonna take in blue for defense. So we're gonna be wanting to open this bad boy, and we're basically gonna be a little anti everything. 2 Kami, 1 Dende, and we're gonna play Toki Toki, wherever that is right here. So we are playing a good number of black cards, and this is gonna be key later on. So we're gonna go into our blue package. Cool thing is, when you're playing blue and you're playing a leader like this, you can just play. You can play Dimension Magic, which is the best negate in my opinion. A lot of people will agree with me in that regard. A lot of people lately have been playing. I don't know why you'd ever want to put that guy on the board, but we're gonna be playing 4 beans. Use those new arts, cool. Even though I still think these are better than all the other ones, the foil ones. Now, I do think we may go with a blue finisher. But we may go away from that. I am in the low cost cards right now, so it is kind of throwing me off. Got 4 beans for the Goku. May not use those, and I may trim down some of the other packages, but I do want to scroll through and figure out what we can do the best to make sure we're gaining card advantage consistently. We may actually just main deck this guy as a anti U6, but it's hard because the Broly just taps it, and he's gonna be attacking you as a leader anyways. So I may cut the Supreme Kai. It's a pretty decent card, but not something I exactly want. And that Dende doesn't work. The new Dende doesn't work with the other cards. So let's go with this so far. We may be able to take in button, but I'm not sure if that's necessary. We're just gonna go to the blue cards. We already saw most of these. We could potentially go with a few cards in the draft box itself. What's the guy doing? Could go Scuffle Time, but our deck's not that super aggressive. Trying to think what's the best. We do want our energies always available to tap. So we're gonna keep. So this guy I might play. Thinking he might. So no, I might play one of those. It's pretty cool. It's sort of like a flute on your opponent's turn. Where's my unyielding at? So blue black is where we're going right now. Unyielding is pretty broken. We're not trying to ramp. Our hand is always low because we don't draw cards on the front side until we awaken and draw 2. But we will gain advantage by playing 1-drops and getting free advantage if we have to. For our vanilla, probably use the new Majin Buu for play from the deck. And yeah, I like the Majin Buu. And yeah, so the Come to Play cards are pretty powerful. So we're gonna play some of those. And this is where we'll probably play in a few of these cards that say you come into play. And may take in a few of these. This deck may be kind of expensive, so I'm gonna try a few of those. A few of these. I'm trying to think how I really want to win. Okay, here we go. So play a couple of those guys. So this is where I was talking about if your leader card is blue. So may go with this option. The only issue is getting a 4-cost and returning it to your hand. So we're gonna try that with Ultra Instinct. There's a lot of options you can go with, and that's one reason that I struggle when it builds this when it comes to building this deck. Because you got Hero Revived here. We have Ultra Instinct here. I did not mean to click on that, boo. So if you want to pick my brain, go in the comments and ask me what you think. I did not mean. How do you evolve this one over to a 5-drop or more, so you can't use the 3-drop boo. But you could, if you really wanted to, try a boo build with this. It's very easy to. Oh shoot! I did not mean to do that. There we go. Okay, I did not want to do that. We're already at 53 cards, so I may just end up going away from that because your main turn one play really wants to be the Son Goku, so I may just go away from those black cards. They are decent, but I was gonna try to check in the Migra, but it's not that great. So 4-drop. Add any 4-drop, right? So let me read this card again. Tap 1 blue energy. Choose one of your blue battle cards with energy cost of 4 and return it to your hand. So Adult Cost Vegeta would be more important in this deck because it's a very cheap way to get it out. And if you guys have seen the Ultra Instinct build with Trunks and Otsutsuki, you can try that out as well if you'd like. Or I could try taking a few of these Reality Benders and we can trim down the deck a little bit more. Thank you, baby. Let's see, do I really want to play this? We can play these, and the energy, how we're manipulating our energy matters in every matchup, so I might just take in 2 of those. They're not that insane in this deck. Might steer away. Well, I got 2 Hero Revived if we ever get to that point. 3 Ultra Instinct, 4 Beans, 4 of those, and we have 49 cards currently. That's pretty solid. I'm not sure exactly if she played 3 of the probably 3 4-star ball. We got 7, 8, 9, 10. Some of these cards you're gonna see that you're not exactly gonna want to always have in your hand, but this is one of those decks I would love to try in person, like try out in real life, see if it actually works. Because I feel like you can do this with this exact thing with like almost any leader that's blue. So I'm not sure if I need to try it with another leader that actually But for the purpose of this video, we're trying to do it with this leader because you can play a lot of stuff. See, just like in the last video, it always boils down to, can you... See, I'm gonna try. I wanted to take in a few Jockos for those matchups where you really want it for defense. So we're gonna cut down. We need to cut one card. Boom. All right, so you got your 4 Vegetas you potentially fuse for that. So let's save and look at the deck. See, I wanted to play some Overrun, so I may need to cut something. And I wanted to fit in some Double Strike. So I do want to try to figure out how I can cut that down. Let's see, do I really want... I probably don't need 3 of this. Probably don't need any of this one. The other one's kind of... Reality Bender is kind of better for this deck. It's a 4-drop. So we're going to go to that one. It does exactly the same thing pretty much as the other guy. Side note. Your opponent just has to have 4 energy. So we're already down to 48. We can fit in... Since this deck doesn't like build a crazy board, right? It doesn't build a crazy board, and you need to have access to your sparking. You just want to over them at the end of the game. So I'm guessing really want to go with a black overarm, that obviously black, that is going to really help you. I'm guessing this one probably the best one. Big 30k Double Striker. Draw me a card and untap the energy, because I'm going to need that energy on my opponent's turn. 2 of those, and then just not worry about the Double Strike. But the only issue I can see now with the deck, for real, is you have like no way to really self-awaken. But your leader doesn't really need it, because if on the backside, if they go to the backside, your leader becomes 15k. So if they really want to self-stall you or hold off the game that long, you probably can just out advantage them with 4-star balls. I'm trying to think, is that good? That's good enough. There may be something I'm missing. Please comment below if you see something I don't. That's why sometimes it's good just to get your brain moving when you build a deck like this. So let's go for the card by card. You got 3 4-star ball for your 4 of your Son Goku, just as a free advantage manipulator. You want to just keep getting cards in hand as easy as possible. You could bump the 4-star ball up to 4, potentially, just to keep gaining advantage. And you want to keep your leader alive. So you got 4 Dimension Magic, Best Negate, 4 Beans. You got a little Goku package. We got 4 of the Gokus, so we have a total 8 Gokus there. 11, 15 Gokus total, and it's an Ultra Instinct package. And you have 4 cards in the draft box right there, and you could, and then you got the new Majin, I guess if you want to count him, and you got the 2 mirrors from the draft box, and you got your combo into play, free Hans, mouse them back to your hand with the Uneasy Alliance. Son Goku is free pressure, and you have the ability to combo off the Uneasy Alliance, and you have a free board for your Reality Bender, and can potentially go from your Son Goku Path to Infinite into Ultra Instinct. And Ultra Instinct is good removal for your against the apes and stuff like that, so keep that in mind. You got 2 Gogeta Hero Revive if the game really goes too long for your liking. You have Goku targets, more Goku targets, and you have Vegeta targets, so I'm up the count of at all costs Vegeta to make sure that we have a way to get to Awakening and potentially end the game that way. So this deck looks pretty solid for a deck I just made up from scratch. If you really want to go with the 30k beater route, with your Son Goku, you have that option. I didn't really think the 20Ks were that important for this kind of deck, and Unyielding's obviously broken. The only card I haven't talked about is Jocko. Jocko's really good against the Ape deck, and Shenron's already playing it. It's also good against U6, so those are really good cards to think about. You could play Button in this deck, but I don't think it's necessary. But I think this is actually a pretty solid deck. And you do need a blue leader to play Son Goku Path to Infinite, but this leader is more than that. And you can side Time Magic and cards like that. You could even go dual color wrap blue-yellow with this deck, as I said before, but I could play the red-green instead of a mono-red. But specifically for this purposes, I would like my energy open every turn to gain that advantage, because this guy is your main source of advantage, along with this. And you want to be able to play them. You could take in a few evolve targets for your little one-drop Goku if you'd like, but a lot of time he's just there for searching. So we can go Goku, Blue Goku. Oh, sure. Let's go back. We're gonna go look at the Blue Gokus. You could also play Striving to be the best. It's a pretty cool card, but you can't search it. So, but that's a good side deck card for this deck. Sorry for clicking on the Striving to be the best, but and you could play the some double strike cards if you'd like. This is all up to you. A few other targets you can play: this guy, Sweeper. You could even play the Vanilla Goku if you'd like to play things like that. BC Goku's not bad either. There's a lot of different targets you can play, and you can also play the Dash Pack if you want to evolve for 3. Take a life, and then crit them, and that gives you another target to evolve on. This new card is decent. Costs 4 to evolve on. Critical Barrier, draw 2 cards. So this is actually probably a really good target. So I might bump that up to 2 copies in the main, and just say side the Jockos, because I thought that card was really powerful in the draft box, but you needed to find a deck to play it in. So you can either go with the Jockos in the main or take in the new Goku. Shoot, you could even cut the Uneasy Alliance Son Goku if you really wanted to, and play the 2 Jockos. So whichever way you prefer. I just thought this is a decent way to have an extra negate and bounce your free combat to your hand. So it's good free combo power. And if these cards untap on your opponent's turn, which they get around Borgos and stuff like that. So pretty good. So yeah, this guy's pretty insane. But thank you guys for watching once again. I hope you enjoy these types of videos. It's different than I've seen other people do. Usually they'll do this on Twitch, and they would edit things and just post what they already made at the end, which is a good way to do it too. But I hope you guys watch to the end, and please check out my new partnership down below if you actually like energy drinks. So I should have shouted that out in the beginning. But Mag Energy, use TFaircloth10 as the checkout and save yourself 10%. And it helps out the channel and me and my future endeavors. Thank you guys for supporting Sean Slayer once again.